When the leaves on the trees change colors in Michigan this coming fall, they won't be the only part of the landscape undergoing a transition. That's because when the United States Supreme Court refused to hear the MHSAA's appeal to keep the high school sports seasons in Michigan as they've always been, it pushed many local athletes into difficult decisions. Decisions between football and tennis, swimming and volleyball. Decisions that in Michigan have never had to be made before.
Definitely did not like it. Quite on the verge of tears probably, because choosing two things that I've dedicated myself for 3 years of my high school career is not very fun.
I didn't like it very much because not only do I not get to play football, but now there's less time to train for tennis.
My coach told me at one of our first meets how they're going to decide on it next week, and I'm like, there's no way it's going to happen. And when I found out, I was like, heartbroken.
I was also more just upset that this is the year they actually did it. I know they've been arguing about it for almost 10 years now, and I just felt that they couldn't wait one more year, so I was pretty upset about that.
With the girls' basketball and volleyball seasons now trading places, Sterling Heights volleyball coach Eric Wachterhauser sees the change having both a positive and negative effect on the sport, which was at the heart of the original lawsuit.
I feel the way that things are going to be aligned now will really benefit the D1 and the D2 athletes, because it takes out a blackout period, an NCAA blackout period that now the collegiate coaches don't have to worry about, and it opens up more opportunity for them to make contact with their potential athletes. The ones that are going to get hurt are the marginal athletes or the good athlete from a marginal program, the middle of the MAC, the middle of the MEGA, for example, where collegiate coaches aren't used to seeing them. They're not the Frasers, the Marysvilles, the Churchills now. Those kids that would have had opportunities at the D3 or junior college level have more of a potential to slip through the cracks now, not be noticed, and not have the opportunities that otherwise would have happened with our old alignment.
1, 2, 3, Eagles!
At Eisenhower, Coach Chris Layson has helped build one of the top tennis programs in the state, all while being a major part of the Eagles football team for the past 12 years. A football team that next fall will be without the services of two of its players because they've both chosen to play tennis.
It was very unfortunate at first to see tennis and golf involved. We thought that we were sort of innocent bystanders in this whole thing, because it really did come down to recruiting. And tennis at the college level does kind of run all year, so we didn't really see the effect that it had, and we felt that it more or less made everything equally unequal.
The girls are going to move to the spring, which already hits three very popular sports: girls soccer, softball, and girls track. Those are three extremely popular spring sports for girls. They were stressed and stretched right now trying to decide which one of those three, and if you throw in girls tennis on top of it, it's the only season that has four strong, viable, very competitive girls sports all in the same season.
For golf, the ruling creates many more problems than simply forcing students to pick a sport. With boys golf having a much higher participation rate than girls golf, moving the boys to the spring creates a whole host of new problems.
We did a survey and we called the golf courses in the area and said, our boys golf are going to be in the spring. Will you let us on the course? Out of the half dozen that we contacted, 4 out of the 6 said, I'm sorry, we will not let the team on our course any longer during the springtime. Well, anybody who's a golfer knows that spring is a huge interest in golf at that time. All the courses go full blower, from local private courses to municipal courses.
It's a tough conversation to have, but and again, in the Michigan economy right now, you're trying to make sure every dollar counts, because fertilization costs and all your costs are going up. There's no questions to maintain the golf course, so you got to make sure you get the dollars in to support that.
Sunnybrook Golf Course is the exception in that not only is it decided to allow the boys to play there this spring, they'll do so without incurring any additional costs. Now, while the season switch closes the doors of opportunity for the participation of some, at the same time it opens up new playing opportunities for others. Talitha Robertson is one example, a 3-year varsity basketball player at Stevenson. She's looking forward to a new endeavor this fall.
I've actually decided to do cheerleading during the football season.
and which I wouldn't have been able to do that with the basketball season in the fall. So I'm able to do cheerleading now, and I still have my other sports. I just have an extra activity. So I think that will be really fun.
While most school officials say that down the road, most of the problems with the season switch should be ironed out, that doesn't make it any easier for those student athletes who have put so many years of work into sports that they'll have to pass on next fall.
I've heard from a lot of people that played football their senior year this year that it's like the funnest thing they've done, so it's kind of upset that I get to miss out on that, but I have to do it for tennis, so.
I'm just going to miss the whole team unity. My golf team is pretty close, but we don't have the time together as a team to spend because our team's always split up doing different things, and only, 5 or 6 of us can golf at matches. That doesn't really bring us close together, so I'm going to miss the unity and the tournaments and things like that that volleyball had.
You go to football camps, you go to basketball camps, you go to tennis camps, and you work hard for it, and when it's taken away for your senior year, it's like a piece of you taken away because you work so hard from it, you put so much time into it, and it's not like those Supreme Court guys care. They don't know you, they don't come up here, they don't watch you, so it's taken away from you.